21-17-3 local, March 15, 2024. Thunder marching over Chicago throws range spike clutter across every scope in the O'Hare Tracon. For 12 minutes, primary and secondary returns in approach sectors. 7 to 12 go into mate hold. Screens gray. Tower cameras buffering on the north cargo pad stutter, then freeze on rain smear. In that blind pocket, a low-flying trijet drops in dirty, rolls long, and tucks nose out behind a maintenance hangar that, on paper, is empty for sealant cure. 2 pallet loaders, 3 straight truck reefers, no customs inspector. When radar paints back in, the flight strip shows nothing filed, nothing tagged, nothing lost. Yet almost 3 metric tons of 89% cocaine, street vector well north of $200 million, wholesale near $50 million, has just touched U.S. soil. The man who opened the hole in the busiest chunk of American airspace isn't a cartel pilot or corrupt customs cop. He's David Chen, 12-year FAA radar associate, $82,000 salary, spotless safety record, the guy you never hear because he never misses a handoff. By the time the FBI mounts a full op, Chen will be gone with more than $18 million skimmed out of cartel air logistics he once only shielded. Before I walk you through the full story, I just have a small favor to ask. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. And let me know in the comments, what city are you watching from? It's always amazing to see how far this audience is reaching. Chen spent childhood summers in a maintenance van at Seattle Center, where his father, an old analog scope tech, taught him what a noisy return sounds like. He could read rain clutter before he could parallel park. ROTC through college, washed out on eyesight for pilot, took the FAA route, tech school, en route apprentice, then transferred to Chicago Tracon, terminal radar approach control, and occasional tower assist. He knew every data feed, primary surveillance radar, PSR, sweep, secondary mode C/mode S, ADS-B injection into stars mosaics, the guardrails around maintenance flags, the political pressure around never ever closing sectors longer than traffic tolerances. Systems clearances gave him privileged console access and the ability to post temporary service advisories that descope sectors without full engineering sign-off if weather or calibration conditions exist. That human override, built for safety, became his lever. Home life was smaller. 2-bed walk-up in Arlington Heights, FIHO 690, 7-year Civic, Union mugs, a half-finished 1/48 scale F4 Phantom on the kitchen table, divorce amicable, he and ex-wife Sarah split assets, no kids. Then Valentine's Day 2023, a call from Sarah's bankruptcy attorney. She'd hidden a gambling spiral, riverboat casinos, online credit, backroom credit lines, $340,000 total exposure. Illinois marital debt law made Chen liable for approximately $170,000. Worse, $85,000 of that paper sat with the Torino family, Little Italy gray market casino lenders who send men, not notices. Attorney relays their point. 30 days, cash. They know where you live, the lawyer says. They also pulled your FAA employment. They know suspension kills your income. FAA controllers must self-report significant financial distress. Failure equals clearance risk. Suspension equals immediate desk duty and pay hit. Chen tries legal, bank loan, denied debt ratio, union hardship, cap $5,000, retirement plan loan, penalties triggers review, Chapter 13, public record, clearance gone, family none. Spreadsheet says impossible. 1 week later, anonymous text from a prepaid Mexican number. We can resolve your problem. Millennium Park. Bean. 2000. Alone, he goes. 2 men in tailored neutral suits, call signs Marcus and Tony, already know his debt to the dollar, his FAA schedule, and the Torino clock. Marcus flips a tablet. Internally marked O'Hare sector diagrams extract from an FAA NOTAM template. Screenshots of real maintenance entries Chen filed months earlier. Soft asked, could he sequence short, routine maintenance windows in low-density night bands if properly coordinated? They have special cargo, coded, later, high-purity coke, that needs to touch down unseen, unload, depart. Payment, $50,000 cash each window. 8 windows clears his nut, leaves cushion. Decline? Marcus slides a phone. Photo of Sarah's condo, then her sister's daycare. We prefer cooperation, Tony says. It's not melodrama, it's actuarial pressure. Chen audits feasibility. At night, Traycon can consolidate flows. Short mate hold statuses are common for calibration, weather filter realignment, software patch. If he declares a sector down and vectors traffic around, anything beneath the floor in that volume goes dark to the mosaic. If tower cameras simultaneously enter maintenance buffering, no visual crosscheck. He can trigger discrete holds less than or equal to 15 minutes without advanced engineering if justified by clutter. He'll need to offset by pushing real flights into adjacent sectors and logging reasons that match weather. Risk. Someone correlates the timing with unscheduled ground activity. Acceptable? Not morally, but the Torino clock ticks. Operation number 1, April 3, 2023. Encrypted SMS, one-time pad style through a side-loaded app on a burner. Main S 120130-014 5N421F31L. Chen codes WX sense recall drift / severe precip spike pushes internal notice. 131 sector 12 drops, he revectors arrivals. Through tower glass, backup binocs, he catches a low twin turboprop slide in dark. 3 SUVs converge. Unexpected. Muzzle flashes, rip crew intercept, 1 loader drops, cargo spills, shouting on unauthorized frequency. Plane claws out by 1:43 leaving product and bodies. Chen restores radar at 1:45 per script. 4 days later, envelope in his Civic trunk. $50,000 vac sealed. 3 4x6 glossy prints, a wounded smuggler, 2 pickup plates, and Chen himself at tower glass. Zoomed from somewhere he never saw. Message, we pay, we own the compromat. After that, ops tighten. 7 more windows, April to August, varying sectors, weather rationales, magnetron drift, modest garble, software rollback. No more shootouts. $50,000 each, always 4 days later, never same drop. Chen pays Torino note in cash at a Chinatown restaurant. Word comes back. Debt cleared, respect. He wipes credit cards, buries the rest. Safe deposits in 3 banks under elderly aunt cosigns. Nested crypto wallets behind air-gapped Raspberry Pi. Cashier's checks laundered through a hobby drone, LLC. Visible deposits stay under CTR reporting. His official life shows modest tightening, nothing more. Real take after 8 ops, approximately $400,000 paid, but he quietly holds back skim by underreporting pallet counts to Marcus when handoff manifests don't reconcile. Early friction grows into leverage. FAA analytics flag O'Hare. Anomaly cluster of short maintenance drops versus peer fields. An email from Air Traffic Organization Safety asks for raw logs. Chen's supervisor, Janet Morrison, cracks a joke about someone leaning on the button. New policy, longer justification, supervisory cosign for clustered drops. Cameras added in tower angles. Chen stretches intervals, hides holds in real storm cells, writes better narratives. Escalation September 2023, Millennium Park again. This time Marcus brings Elena, logistics CFO vibe, laptop always, and Mr. Santos, quiet, carved, patient. Offer, industrialize, 5 to 10 ton loads, charter hulls, multi-airport corridor. O'Hare plus Rockford plus Gary as relief alternates. Piggyback on seasonal weather closures. Corrupt a short list of shift leads. Chen to be U.S. Air Node. Schedule maintenance fog. Inject ghost tracks to mass descent. Coordinate FAA tech work orders as cover. Compensation, $2 million signing bonus, escrow offshore, plus $200,000 per completed flight, plus relocation in 36 months under new ID. Insurance. The Torinos sell his marker upstream, insulating him from retroshake. And a threat upgrade. Still images of 2 Torino enforcers in his apartment hallway from the night before. time-stamped. With us, Santos says, nobody visits unannounced. Chen counters, percentage of product throughput, jokes 1%. Santos laughs, lands on 0.1% of wholesale settlement across all loads he covers, tracked in a side ledger wallet keyed to Chen. It's monopoly money until volume. Within months, microskims accumulate. By year-end, his hidden equity slice, frozen at wholesale, crosses 8 figures. He begins planning not just solvency, but exit. Feds stir. A DEA seizure in Los Angeles bounce-backs load markings to a Chicago drop date where no flight plan existed. FBI Special Agent Maria Rodriguez, who runs a weird little task force that marries infrastructure insider threats to narcotics flows, requests FAA employee financial snapshots for Chicago TRACON. Filters, recent large cash movements, debt events, off-pattern maintenance entries. Chen pings, divorce, sudden debt resolution, pattern of sub-10K deposits, shadowing drop logs. She builds a quiet, probable cause matrix, gets Title III for limited comm metadata, and plants an undercover relief controller, ATC qualified bureau pilot, on overnights near Chen's console. Santos Intel pipeline, corrupt county deputy feeding a cousin feeding Elena. Hints at federal looks. New op protocol. No more pre-filed main holds. Use real weather outages we help trigger, e.g., directed arrays interference. Embed our arrivals in clutter and never repeat sector patterns. Chen nods, outwardly compliant, inwardly accelerating his own cash consolidation. Offshore accounts multiply. Panama, Curacao, Paraguay, 2 cold wallets in Zurich. Spreadsheet shows greater than $18 million equivalent if he liquidates fast. Greater than $25 million if he waits to move the March mega flight cut. Final load. March 15th, 2024. A late winter convective wall nails the upper Midwest. Perfect cover. Encrypted instruction. Ext mate S7-12 0215-03 00N8847 C23R EXT. Charter 727 freighter, 10-ton ambition, biggest yet. Chen moves money morning of, wires layered through freight forwarders, bullion buys in Bogota credited to a shelf BBB Corp. Travel docs, Dominican alias, printed and sealed in a foil pouch behind a breaker panel in his locker. Go bags staged in a storage unit off Interstate 90. 210 he codes precipitation clutter. Posts main hold, drop sectors 7 to 12. Undercover FBI relief 2 consoles away, watches his keystrokes. Body cam rolls. Rodriguez teams ring cargo pads in rain gear, waiting for visual on the ghost freighter. 217 the 727 ghosts beneath the floor, swings wide, lines up 23R dark. Ground units, mix of cartel and shell freight handlers, rush in with high lifts and high-low forklifts. 0231 chaos. United 737 from Denver declares minimum fuel early arrival. Diversion saturated. They need in. At the same second, Rodriguez shifts takedown forward. Armored SUVs roll. Sirens break radio discipline. Weather tosses ground clutter across screens. Smugglers panic. Try to bolt trucks. Agents shout. Someone fires. Muzzle flashes strobe the rain. Chen has 2 choices in 2 breaths. Keep the blackout, maybe salvage Santos load, and risk 247 passengers in the 737 flying blind. Or bring sectors up, save the passenger jet, and expose everything. Plane, trucks, cartel network, him. He restores. 0233 scopes bloom. The naked 727 paints. Conflict alert screams. Tower locks field. Passenger jet vectors to 31L. Chen's voice is calm. Perfect tapes. Agents converge on 23R. Smugglers pinned. 10 tons seized. Multiple fatalities. Arrests as far as a day plane warehouse. Chen is cuffed 245 in the cab. He waves, smiles once, thin. Federal hold. He lawyer shops, takes CJA counsel, starts talking. Tells of coercion, Torinos, Marcus, forced assistance. Admits 8 early drops, denies percentage skim, lowballs pay, offers diagrams, burner numbers, customs brokers, shell tail numbers. Rodriguez wants the network. AUS says wants spectacle. Plea near. 20 years down to 9 if he delivers Santos. Interstate 55, prisoner transfer. April 8, 2024. Rain. 2 USMS vans, 4 deputies, single lead SUV. At milepost 212, a herd incident traffic slowdown, planted cattle trailer crash, decelerates the convoy. GPS trackers lose signal under an overpass jammer. A pre-placed dump truck slews 4, spike strips rear, convoy boxed. 3 armored SUVs and mill kit peel from the median culvert. Cutting torches open rear doors under smoke grenades. Deputies tased, 1 shot, survives. Chen hauled out, hooded into SUV. Air support, local PD receives spoofed 911 flood, response delayed. 4 minutes wheels stop to wheels rolling. 10 miles south, a turbine helo lifts from a harvested soy field. Transponder cloned to a medevac tail. It goes treetop until St. Louis radar handoff, drops below line. Transponder dark near the Ozarks. Last positive ping. Amateur ADSB hobby feed picks a low blip with medevac code, then loss. Gone. A week later, a sealed envelope arrives at Rodriguez's Chicago office. No return. Postmarked Nogales. Inside, a still frame of Chen in the extraction helo grinning. Scribble. Tell Rodriguez this was always the plan. DNA smudge on tape inconclusive. Forensic follow-through shows Chen's true take dwarfs his confession. He had rights to side escrow wallets tied to cargo yield adjustments. He skimmed weight differentials, invoiced phantom ramp fees through 2 freight consolidators, bought London bullion futures, then flipped them to cash at small Latin banks, laundered through art shipping. Aggregate personal gain conservatively greater than $18 million liquid. Greater than $25 million if you count still parked crypto cold wallets last seen moving through a privacy coin mixer in Uruguay. Santos, Elena, Marcus, never arrested. Intelligence sources later see fragments. Similar maintenance mask shipments shift to Houston, Miami, and 2 Latin American secondary airports where radar coverage is spottier. FAA rewrites procedures nationwide. Dual controller concurrence for unscheduled sector holds greater than 90 seconds. Auto anomaly correlation between radar down events and ground badge activity. Mandatory high-resolution logging of camera maintenance. Quarterly financial stress audits for key console staff. Continuous credit monitoring opt-in strongly encouraged. Labor unions howl, regs stick. Chen lands on the FBI's cyber/infrastructure most wanted cross list. $5 million reward posted. Cartel bounty rumored higher. Sightings ripple. Panama City Policia note a quiet Asian male with FAA tat. Paraguayan banking leak shows a wire to a Chen alias. A Peruvian airstrip hears of a ghost tech selling weather spoof packages. None confirm. Ask Agent Rodriguez on camera what broke the system. Not code, trust. 1 controller, 1 keystroke, and we gave smugglers night. Ask why Chen lit the scopes that last night and salvaged a passenger jet while burning his pipeline. He was an airman before he was a thief, she says. Off record, she'll add. Or he wanted the takedown noise to bury a bigger exit. Money we still haven't found. Every FAA Academy class now hears the cautionary, never solo a maintenance hold. Every narcotics task force slides a Chen chart when linking infrastructure insiders. And somewhere in airspace where radars overlap and maintenance advisories blur, a man who grew up listening to weather on analog scopes may still be selling holes in the sky, because once you learn where systems trust humans over data, you can make airplanes appear or disappear and cash with them. If you recognize David Chen, alias unknown possible surgical alteration, contact the FBI. Do not approach. He opened O'Hare. He can open yours. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one.